In your first alert forecast, while we have developing downpours and storms and batches, it's important to keep in mind that you're going to be getting some varying views throughout the day, from a morning batch of rain and storms moving east, then a mix of some sun and clouds and heating, and then here comes a few more downpours and storms in that 9 to 11 o'clock hour from the Plateau to the Tennessee-Kentucky line. That can kick out some downpours for parts of Knox County throughout northeast Tennessee and far southeastern Kentucky. So then notice it's still storms around Knoxville at 2 to northeast Tennessee. Another batch rolls on to Cumberland, Fentress to Wayne County, pushes east. Hit or miss downpours and storms throughout the south to Central Valley. Another batch coming in for that late afternoon to evening. So this is where those developing batches to our west are important that we're keeping an eye on. They're likely to just keep tracking this way, dragging through with heavy rain, frequent lightning, and gustier winds. That can make it hard to see at times throughout the day today. That does look still more widely scattered than between 8 and 10, becoming spottier. So that's some good news there. It'll quiet down later tonight. Areas of clouds and fog then will start the day tomorrow before we have a few more showers and storms. So we're going up to that coverage of about 60% at times, especially in the afternoon to evening. I do think that'll actually knock around our temperature. I think our high will be closer to 2 to 3 in Knoxville, and that's when we'll hit 89. So notice those temperatures for the daytime hours when you would typically expect that peak heating around 4 to 5. No, that's where downpours and storms then knock around that temperature. So again, 75 at 7, 84 at noon. Back to 84 after hitting a high of 89 in Knoxville, and upper 70s at 7 o'clock. Gusts around 20 miles per hour outside of a downpour storm that adds up in these streaks of that ½ inch to an inch. Again, some isolated higher amounts. That means you could be at work and you're seeing one thing versus what would be on your commute versus what would be at home. So that's where these bands of heavy rain are important to keep in mind, as you can get those spikes up of 1 to 2 inches. Meanwhile, a lot of us are in that ½ inch to an inch, just like you can see here in the south to Central Valley and onto the Plateau. Again, coming in a good batch, isolated heavier streaks in parts of Cumberland and Fentress and Scott, parts of Union and Claiborne and Bell and Harlan, parts of Knox to Sevier, as well as Jefferson, Cock to Greene County. So keeping an eye on those batches as they develop. I do think we'll have a few showers still stirring around tomorrow morning. Isolated rumble of thunder possible, as we then have a few more developing midday to afternoon. This will actually be kind of a final batch that's developing right overhead. More widely scattered, a few downpours and storms at times, becoming spottier on the tail end of tomorrow, as we're trying to turn down those rain chances, but unfortunately turn up that heat. So in Saturday's rainfall, you can see some scattered rain, some isolated downpours here in these ½ inch to an inch dots, but we're already backing off on that coverage a little bit, as well as that intensity. A couple of heavier rainfall pockets are definitely possible in the foothills to mountains. Wanted to highlight that difference there for your Saturday, as it also has knocked back on that heat just a bit. 71 in the morning, right around a normal low, but 81 at 1. With a high tomorrow of 87. Now, it is still very humid. The dew points are high Friday into Saturday, and then we're kind of chipping away at those dew points. So it's going to feel like low 90s for Saturday because it's so steamy, but Sunday looks better. That's where you get more sun, scattered clouds, a little stray pop up in the mountains to the valley, get a little stray speck on the Plateau. But this will be our first day that we're really seeing more sun, knocking back that rain chance and, well, turning up the heat again. We'll be around 90 on Sunday, climb to low to mid 90s going into next week. Most of those limited rain chances there, those 10% coverage you see, that's really where we're just seeing a speck or two that could pop up in the mountains. So we're really just getting into a hotter trend in your first alert 8-day planner.